Hey guys, Tom here at Atrec Industries, and I'm here to do a product segment video of our bumper line. So today we're going to go over our key features and benefits of our Bantam Series bumper line as well as our Nighthawk bumper line. So we're going to start rolling into it now with the Bantam Series right here. So this is our Bantam Series front bumper line. This is for the hardcore off-roader or customer that's actually looking for the most clearance you can possibly get. It cuts 4.5 inches off the frame, sucks everything back. There's internal bracketry that slips into the frame to help you mount it. Another great feature of this bumper is the integrated winch plate that's recessed into the bumper to drop your winch down and pull it back close as you can to the grill without actually contacting. It does hold up to a 12,500 pound winch and gives you maximum airflow to your radiator. Another benefit of this bumper is the options that are available with it. This one actually has the 1 3/4 DOM hoop, but the bumper is available without the hoop as well if you don't want the hoop. Another option that we do have is a 6-stage black powder coat finish that is on this bumper. You can also get it raw steel, so if you want to paint it or powder coat it to accent your build, you can do that as well. With it being a frame chop bumper, we wanted to make sure it had a very nice stout mounting surface, so it is held on by a total of 16 grade 8 bolts, where you have 3 on the outside of each frame rail, 2 on the inside of each frame rail, 2 bolts coming up from the bottom as well as 1 on the top. And we do have this bracket that's zinc plated that actually slips into the frame as well, that mounts through to give you just that very nice stout structure to actually mount to. So another great benefit of our bumpers is the rash guard that comes standard on all of them. It comes raw as seen here, but this is something that a lot of our customers will actually go through. They'll paint it and powder coat it to suit their builds, but it is designed to actually help you slide up obstacles as well as protect your bumper. And if it is something that gets damaged on the trail to the point where you want to replace it, all you have to do is call us up and we can get you set up with another one. When we engineered this bumper to be a hardcore bumper, one thing we did not skimp on is recovery points. This is a 3/4 inch thick D-ring shackle mount that is through welded and accepts a 7/8 inch pin, so it's nice and stout and you can yank on it all day long and not have to worry about any failures or anything like that. So let's talk about the materials used in the bumper. We actually use 3/16 inch steel as well as 1/4 inch thick steel, and the DOM tubing that's optional on our bumpers is a 1 3/4 inch, 120 wall thickness. So all these materials combined are going to give you a very nice stout bumper that will take any abuse you can throw at them. So one thing at Atrec Industries is everybody that works here is an off-road enthusiast. One thing we all do know about years and years of off-roading experience is how fast weight can add up on a vehicle. So when we designed these bumpers to be as stout and rugged and as rigid as we possibly could, we also designed them to keep weight down as well. So the bumper only weighs 65 pounds. So that was a complete rundown of the Bantam Series front bumpers. So let's flip these vehicles around and then we'll be able to do a rundown of the rear bumpers. Okay, now the Gladiators are turned around, we're going to go through the rundown of our Bantam Series rear bumpers. We have 2 different options, but they are modular bumpers, so keep that in mind. So we're going to start off on our white diesel Gladiators no-cut rear bumper. All right, let's talk about one of the cleanest bumpers on the market. That's the Bantam Series rear bumper. This thing is modular, so you can actually build it out however you actually please and do it in stages, so it's not a big hit to the budget all at once. One thing we designed into this bumper was the integration of OEM equipment. So it utilizes all the OEM backup sensors as well as the tag lights to illuminate your license plate to keep you legal. So let's talk about the materials used in construction of this bumper. We use 3/16 and 1/4 inch thick steel as well as 1/4 inch thick 6061 T6 aluminum rash guards. So a couple options that we offer for this bumper is on the finishes. You can get it in raw steel, so you can paint or powder coat it as you desire, or you can use our 6-stage black powder coat as shown. So with us using these vehicles for R&D and actually getting out and using them, one thing we noticed is we were always on the rear receiver hitch, dragging it everywhere. So you don't see the rear receiver hitch under this Jeep because we actually designed an optional accessory receiver that tucks in behind the license plate up between the frame rails of the vehicle to give you 6.5 inches clearance over OEM. There's also an optional accessory winch mount, so if you don't want the receiver and want a rear mounted winch, you have that option as well. Just like the front, recovery's in mind when this bumper was made, so it has a 3/4 inch thick D-ring shackle mount that's through welded to the front and rear of the bumper, as well as accepts a 7/8 inch pin for your D-ring. One of the most awesome parts about this bumper being modular is the ability to change your vehicle over time. So if you don't want to actually cut your bed sides or anything like that, we have an option for you with a high clearance end cap here. That's a no cut end cap. You still gain clearance on the sides, bottom. It is braced internally as well as the brackets that tie into the frame, so it can take a hit from any angle without damaging your vehicle. We also have an ultra high clearance comp cut version end pod as well. So you do have to trim up the bed sides with this one a little bit, but you can see here how much more clearance it actually gains over the no cut end pod. Now that you've seen all the exterior features of the bumper, we're going to lift the vehicles up and you can see the undersides of all the bracketry and how it mounts. So this is the underside of the bumper. This one has the no cut end pods. You can see how heavily braced everything is, where the end pods here are boxed. You just can't see it because the body's in the way, but we do have these boxed actual support brackets that tie the end pods into the frame, as well as our optional accessory receiver. There's a total of 22 bolts holding this bumper onto the frame of the vehicle, 11 on each side. Now that we've gone over the Bantam Series front and rear bumpers, we're going to get into the next chapter, which is going to be the Nighthawk Series bumpers, starting with the front bumper here on our JL. So let's go over the materials used for the Nighthawk Series front bumpers. It's 3/16 and 1/4 inch thick steel construction, as well as a 1/4 inch thick aluminum rash guard that's available standard on all of the Nighthawk front bumpers. One of the best selling points of the Nighthawk bumpers is the winch basket. It's 1/4 inch thick, recessed to tuck your winch down nice and low to get maximum airflow to your radiator, and it does accommodate up to a 12,500 pound winch. So like the Bantam Series bumpers being customizable, so is the Nighthawk line. This bumper as shown has the hoop that is an option, but it is available without as well. Another great thing about the customization of this bumper is you can get it with our 6-stage black powder coat or raw steel, so you can paint or powder coat to your desire. A lot of people like fog lights in their bumpers, so we thought about that when we did design this bumper. It does use a factory JK style fog light, as well as the LED light package with the plastic bumpers on the JLs, and aftermarket fogs work as well. To continue armoring up your vehicle and to protect it more, we do have an optional sway bar skid plate right here to protect your sway bar motor. So we've talked a lot about how the bumper is built, so let's talk more about how the bumper is designed. So with us being avid off-road enthusiasts, one thing we thought about was approach angle, as well as opening this area up to give you better approach angles coming up to obstacles. And as you can see here, we have the cutout here to give you the most clearance that you can get with a bolt-on bumper, so your tire can hit the obstacle before the bumper does. So this bumper is designed to follow the factory body lines and accent them, as well as protect your vehicle, increase clearance, and it's going to make you stand apart from the rest of the crowd. Now that we're here at the back of the Jeep, this is going to be our Nighthawk Series bumper. It's available for both the JK as well as the JL platforms. It's constructed of 3/16 inch steel, which is CNC bent and laser cut. Like all of our bumpers, this is also available with our 6-step black powder coat process or raw steel, so you can paint or powder coat to your desire. The JL Jeep platform has a lot of electronics with it, like factory backup sensors. So when we built this Nighthawk bumper, we thought about the JL owner in mind that may have that. So the bumper does have the optional backup sensors. You can get it with or without them. So we designed this bumper to actually be really nice, clean looking and functional. So other than this being a really sweet looking line here, it's designed to hold up to a 40-inch tire. So we designed this bumper to protect your vehicle but still fit nice and tight to the body, and also give you the most clearance possible. So if you have to come off a ledge or back up to an obstacle, you have the nice high clearance area here where you can just back right up and get the tire on the obstacle. But if you do come down something hard or an angle, you're still not going to drag the bumper, and you can take a hit to the side and not worry about damage to your vehicle. So that was an overview of the Bantam and Nighthawk Series bumpers. If you have any questions that pop up, feel free to reach out to us at sales@artecindustries.com. Thanks for watching.